Hello, my friends. Today in science, our target is I can experiment with forces of motion. And so we've talked about what motion is, what force is, and of course, we have the push and the pull and all the other vocabulary like friction that we've talked about. Well, today we're going to do an experiment about measurement when we play around with forces of motion. So after you watch this video, you're going to go to the Seesaw link right here which will take you to Seesaw. You're going to go to make sure you're in Ms. Fitz's 2020-2021 class. If you're not, you just click up here and then make sure you're in activities. Once you're in activities, you're going to watch this video first by clicking on the link and clicking on the link a second time. That will take you to
We just
the
had
video.
the most amazing family vacation. This is so exciting!
Okay, you're going to watch this video, which is a little bit longer. It's about 7.5 minutes. After you watch the video today, you are going to click out of this and add a response. For day one, remember you're going to pick your name. You're going to use your text and labels, and you're going to, and I can actually, right now, we could just use these. It's even easier. And you're going to, which skateboard went further? So you're going to answer these questions based on the video. So circle one, the skateboard and basketball, or the skateboard and weight. And so you're going to circle one. So you're going to grab one of these pens and you're going to circle either this one or this one. Then, what do you think will happen if you put 50 pounds on the skateboard? So then you are going to, you can actually record your voice for this. You can videotape yourself for this or enter text right here. And then what if you and your friends sat on the skateboard? What do you think is going to happen next based off the video? And so again, you can record your comment, you can record your voice, or you can add text. Then, my friends, a lot of you in the other experiments were stopping at slide one. For day one, you can stop at slide one and save it as a draft, okay? And then day two, you're going to come to these next two, okay? So for day two, you're going to actually get to experiment. So I can experiment with forces of motion. So day one, you're really observing an experiment in action and answering the questions. And day two, you get to actually go out and do an experiment. So do you have a hill? Different balls? Ask a family member for permission to go outside and try this experiment. And some of you might even have a little hill in your house, and that's cool too. So, just to let you know, if your family says no, that's okay. Listen to your family. You can make predictions based off our video, and I'll show you how on the next page. So, the materials you're going to need for this experiment are you're going to need some kind of hill. So, it doesn't have to be big, it just could be a little lip or it could be a taller one. It's up to you. You're going to need 3 sizes and weights of balls. So, in the video, you got to see on a skateboard. So, we're not going to do a skateboard, we're just going to do the balls. And you could do like a basketball, a volleyball, a bowling ball, a tennis ball. You can do a bouncy ball. And I just found out the other day that there are different types of bouncy balls at the store labeled, like the small one and then a bouncy ball that you do foursquare with. So any of those balls, and some of you might even have those huge balls, and that works as well. Okay. Then you're going to need something to mark the distance. So it could be chalk, it could be sticks, it could be pine cones, it could really be anything to mark your distance. And that is the distance where you're starting and the distance of how far the object goes. Okay. And then finally, you're going to need a measuring tool. However, this is extra credit if you're able to give the distance. So I will give you extra points for that 4 if you don't want it just a 3. I will give you 4 points for a grade if you want to go beyond and use your math skills to be able to measure the distance. And so we've been talking about that quite a bit, and you learn how to do that in in second grade, and then we practiced yesterday as well. Okay. And then finally, this on day 2 is the actual experiment. It's our first one. So, the data. So, you're going to use a label to write what happened. So you can use your text box label. You may want to use photos or videos. So if you would rather do photos and videos of your actual experiment right here, that's even better. Okay. You cannot do this experiment. If you cannot do this experiment, you may make predictions on rolling different balls. So you're going to still choose 3 different balls. So I might put basketball, tennis ball, small bouncy ball, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and use the text or make a video of me talking or a video of myself, and I'm going to explain what I think those different balls will do. So, which one will go the furthest, which one will be the least amount of distance. And so you're going to go ahead and explain that. Now, as you actually do the experiment, if you choose to do so, you're going to need to also explain that in your video. So which one went the furthest? Which one was the least furthest? Which one was in between? Okay. And then finally, all of you can again record your voice, record a video, or use text for this. You're going to explain which traveled the furthest. So was it the basketball, the tennis ball, or the small bouncy ball that traveled the furthest? And you have to explain why. So, the big idea here is through the experiment process, you should know why by the end. Not only does it explain why something goes the furthest in the video that you're going to watch, you should be able to see it as you go through the experiment. Now, if you're not able to do the experiment based on the video, I want you to go ahead and predict which will travel the furthest and why. I hope you have so much fun with this, and I can't wait to see your results.